we're having technical issues and I had to restart live. Okay. I don't know if it'll stay. It's been really jumpy today. So hopefully it keeps us. Okay. Today we are doing citizen science at zoos. And this is going to allow you to help scientists with their science. I've done a little bit of this. I know Carol's done a little bit of this, but some of these programs are much more involved than simply being armchair scientists. So let's get into this a little bit. Oh, I also want to preface this by saying that you may need to contact the zoo in order to participate. And not all the zoos are local for me. So some of these are spread out. So we'll talk about that as we go through this. So the first one that I want to talk about is a program called Frog Watch. Frog Watch. This program allows you to learn about wetlands in your area. It works by you reporting the calls of local frogs and toads in your area. Volunteers I see you. Hopefully you can hear me. Volunteers are asked to collect information about the breeding calls of frogs and toads, which then gets put into a national database. Volunteers are then asked to analyze those calls. And this information is used to develop protection for wetlands, as well as to develop conservation strategies for toads and frogs. Again, this is called Frog Watch, and it's a program that allows you to learn about wetlands that are in your area. Now, there are multiple areas in which this is being done, but this one is for Akron Zoo in, I believe it's Ohio. And there are other zoos and organizations participating in that. So you can check in and see if there's a Frog Watch chapter in your area. And to do that, you would just go to Frog Watch USA chapter. Yeah. So Carol, I'm going to send you the link to it, and then from there you should be able to get into the others. So hopefully this does it. Hopefully that does it. I don't know if it will or not. Anyway, moving on, there are other programs such as Monarch Watch, and this monitors monarchs. Oh, okay. This, yeah, but they're going to need more than that, than just the Akron. Another program is called the Monarch Larva Monitoring Program, and they offer a one-day virtual training, and you can check out their site at mlmp.org. And basically, you are monitoring a site for milkweed and monarch eggs, larvae, and I said milkweed. And I believe that is through, it's either through that same zoo or it's at the Denver Zoo. If you live in Colorado, you can also check out the Western Firefly Project, and they collect and map. Okay. If you live in Colorado, you can help check out the Western Firefly Project. They collect and map firefly sightings in Utah and other Western states, and you can hit them up at nhmu.utah.edu/citizen-science/fireflies. I wish I could type it up, but if you go to NHMU, yeah, there's a lot of issues that we can talk about a little bit later, but I will come back to it. The Denver Zoo offers 2 different projects if you like the great outdoors. One project involves boreal toads, and the other one involves the Colorado pika, which is a relative of the rabbit. Really cute guy. You can check these 2 programs out by going to denverzoo.org and then checking out community science. Now, this one is for people that live in or around Lincoln Park Zoo. This is called Chicago Wildlife Watch. How did I get to it? Hold on. If you go to the aza.org website, it's going to bring up a screen, and you're going to click on, I believe it's, maybe it's not there. Okay, so if you go to here, I'm going to send you this. If you go to this website, it is the aza.org. They have a listing of all of this information that I'm giving you for the most part. And once you get there, then you're going to click on the little magnifying glass. Click on that and type in citizen science, and it'll list most of these for you, or all of them. And then you can just go in and select which one you want. And basically what you're doing is you're going to help scientists through Lincoln Park Zoo go through and identify animals very much like what you would do at Zooniverse, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And you can check out this organization by going to the Lincoln Park Zoo website, or you can visit Chicago Wildlife Watch, all one word, .org. The Woodland Park offers a few programs as well. The Woodland Park Zoo is in Washington, and they have several programs. One of them is dealing with frogs, toads, newts, and salamanders. and you would be outside gathering information and creating logs using observations via iNaturalist. Another program at that zoo allows you to observe the bats in your area, and it'll help you learn about the bats in your area. Okay, now there are tons of other programs that Woodland Park Zoo offers. They have Seattle Urban Carnivore Project, Otter Spotter, City Nature Challenge. You can check them out on zoo.org citizen science. Now, one of my favorite organizations that is out there. Hello, everybody. I am Nature Guy X46, in case you didn't know. Yeah. So anyway, due for a haircut, by the way. Another organization or another program that is out there is called Zooniverse, and it's ZOONIVERSE. I think it's .com. I think, and they offer many different opportunities for you to participate in citizen science. And they have different things, not just in nature, but in history. So if you're into genealogy, there's stuff like that where you're indexing. But back to the science. So Zooniverse offers where you're monitoring the oceans around Hawaii for fish, helping to find frogs in certain parks, helping scientists ID fish or identify fish in some of the Great Lakes wetlands. Canyon Critters helps scientists ID mammals in the southwest of the United States. South Coast Threatened Fauna Recovery Project helps ID wildlife in Australia. In Minnesota, they have Awful Wildlife Watching, which basically are telling scientists who's visiting carcasses in Minnesota. One of my favorites is Chimpanzee. This one lets you ID animals from Africa, as well as Wildlife Watch Burrowing Owls. This lets you learn about owls, burrowing owls, as well as behaviors, and they have other projects as well. Another one that you can check out is education.nationalgeographic.org resource citizen science projects, and they have tons of projects. Even the national parks offer citizen science opportunities. So lots and lots of opportunities for you to participate in if you're interested. So getting back to Carol's question or comment about fireflies. So unfortunately, we have a thing going on in our country where people are spraying their yards with pesticides. We're not keeping our yards as long as they used to be. It's education.nationalgeographic.org /resource/citizen science projects. Do you want me to type it up and send it? Now, Zooniverse can, I believe, be downloaded as an app on your phone. You can also access it, by the way, on your computer. And I personally like doing it on the computer because the viewing is bigger. What's wrong, Carol? Do you need me to type it up and send it to you? Yeah, I love Zooniverse. It's my favorite way of doing this. Carol can tell you that you can really get in and participate in and it's a little bit addictive, not gonna lie. Yeah. And sometimes they change depending upon what people are doing. So they don't always have the same projects up on Universe. So it's a good idea to get in and check that out. If you want more information or you need a link, you can message me on YouTube, leave a comment on this app or on this live, and I can get that to you. But the great thing about this is, even though you're just sitting there looking at pictures or doing whatever it is that you're doing, you really are helping science out by doing these projects. And it is a whole lot of fun. If you're into that anyway. You do have to have a password to get into it, I believe, but it's fun. We are really low for people. Wow. Also at 8 o'clock, I am doing a premiere for my video that is coming out tonight. I'm going to be on for it, hopefully, if I have it set up right. I've done premieres, but I've never been live for them. But Zooniverse, there are a ton of projects up there. There's also another site called SciStarter. SCISTA, and this is one word, SCISTARTER, and you can access that on the aza.org website. And they have all types of stuff, I believe. You do have to agree to when you get into that website. Yeah. So you can do all types of stuff with this one. I'm going to try it out because I've never done it. I put in animals and I'm going to find project. Oh, wow. So there is a bunch of stuff that popped up. So yeah, that's probably the better of the two. So this one is actually better if you can get to it. Carol, I'm going to send you this one. I don't know if we're allowed to do this or not. So maybe don't post it, but SciStarter.org. I just went in and I typed in animals, and it listed a whole mess of different programs that are out there in my area. Free milkweed for schools and nonprofits. Journey North, assessing vegetation impacts by deer, Spidey sensor, white squirrel mapping, scout arrival study, Midwest Invasive Species Information Network, Bee Spotter, Illinois Butterfly Monitoring Network, Dragonfly Monitoring Network. Some of these are in Illinois, Project Squirrel, Frog Watch USA. We talked about that one tonight. eMammal, Leaf Pack Network, Bugs in Our Backyard, Monitor Waters for Introduction of Invasives, Wildlife Blitz, UF, Native Buzz, Urban Birds, Project Monarch Health. So there's a mess of them. You may not be able to participate in all of them because some of them are really, really far away. But it's always worth seeing if you can participate or not. And they do have all kinds of different things that you can do. Zooniverse, like I said, wonderful opportunity to be involved. And you can do some of this stuff at your own home. Some of this you have to go out and do it in the wild. So you do need to, be mindful of ticks as you're doing some of these. But they do an amazing job of just getting you involved. And maybe that's what it's all about. But SciStarter is a really great website. They will help you find activities that are in your area. If you love bats, which I do, you can even go in and hit online only on this one, and it'll find you a project dealing with bats that maybe, oh no, that is red-headed woodpecker cavity cam. I believe that is on I can't even think right now. I believe that is on can't even think right now, guys. That's bad. I believe that's on Zooniverse, the woodpecker one. But yeah, I definitely think reach out, check these things out. Really cool. but we need to be more involved, I think, in science. You need to, and some of these will help you learn even what's in. There is another guy who does nature stuff. Yes, they do. And National Geographic is also a really great resource if you homeschool, by the way. So yes, if you homeschool, definitely check out National Geographic website. Lots of information on there. And it's not just about the magazine. But they also have the projects, and some of them kids can do. Now, also, I think Zooniverse a kid could do. So there are all types of ways that you can be involved if you're willing to do the legwork. But definitely check out some of these. They are really great opportunities for you and your family to be involved in actual science, not just, whatever, but actual science. And why not make use of it? Get the kids involved, get them involved in nature, have fun while you're doing it, get addicted to it. It's a good thing. I mean, if you're going to be addicted to something, why not science? We are going to be doing live on Tuesday. We're going to be doing urban sprawl and wildlife, and we have talked about, I think, urban wildlife before. I feel like maybe yeah, all types of stuff, guys. So Tuesday, urban sprawl and wildlife will be happening Tuesday at 7 p.m. Friday at 7 p.m. we are engaging with wildlife and talking about that and how that works and how it doesn't work. And we're also going to be doing on Saturday, assuming the weather is nice, we're going to try and go outside and see what edible plants might have popped up this year or not. And hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll come inside and do some stuff. Or maybe I'll be prepared to do both. But hopefully it'll work. No, not this Saturday, next Saturday. This Saturday there is no live. Sorry guys. That's for next week. I have a conflict, and so a conflict with time, so that's not happening. Yeah. I'm not even going to try and figure that one out because it was just giving me a headache. Guys, I'm going to end live for right now. I will be back in about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.